Aloha, it's a very nice meeting. So the first thing that we generally do is get a good tune-up. So what I like to do, that we forgot to do because we were kind of in tune together, was make sure my instrument's in tune. So I take the tuning peg, and I hear the note, and then I go down below it, and I play what I call quarters, right? Remember, a whole tone would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Half note would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then quarters are 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go up to the note. High G note, C, E, and A. So what I do is, if any of those are a little flat or a little sharp, like that A, I go up to it. I play a standard chord, make sure it's a kind of in tune, and then I go for it. All right, so today's lesson, here's lesson 1. Excuse me. I would like for you to play along with me. These are called spider exercises. We're going to use our fingers, not our thumbs. So lesson 1 is going to be using just our first fingers, C, and the third finger. Now, the concept is be able to switch our fingers in between all these. The reason being is the other chord we got today, the G major, is going to have us take our first finger off, put our second finger onto that D, move our third finger, which is currently on the G, over to the B, and place our pinky on it. The whole process would look like this. I call these teeter-totters. Notice how this triangle shape has an open finger knot on the fretboard. Always start with the first finger, put the second finger where the first finger was, take the third finger, put it where the second was, and then bring that pinky onto the fretboard to thusly make the same chord. All right? So when we do our exercises, lesson 1 is going to be having 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are going to be pointy notes, not flat notes. They're going to come directly in and play in the middle of the fret, not on the metal, not on the shore, always in the water. So I'm going to do these with you, and if you could just start here, we're going to start at the 2-minute and 40 mark at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next string, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. You're ready for the next string. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Remember, first finger. 3, 4. Pointy notes. Remember next string. Remember to keep all of the fingers on the fretboard. You don't have to press them down, but they should be close. Once we get through it one time, each one individual. Do it again with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The right hand, you should be playing wherever feels comfortable. As I said, each place has different amounts of tension, and if you work yourself up and down on the right hand, you can actually feel how it's a little thicker on this, closer to the saddle. For purposes of just getting a clean note, I generally tend to play in the sound hole are right here on the beginning of the fretboard. And after we get through with these, all the quarters, we're going to do each individual nose, playing basically quarters up the fretboard. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just for fun, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, B flat, B, C, C sharp. That's lesson 1. You don't have to know the names of those. I just thought it'd be interesting to throw them out there to get associated with them. So lesson 2 is derived out of the right hand rhythm. What we do on the left hand is great. We're going to learn chords regardless. But the most important thing about lesson 2 is the rhythm. So what we do is we work on the whole note, which is a attack on the 1 and let the rest of them decay. And rather than just do a 2, 3, 4, letting our right hand just do nothing, what we do is we influence this down up motion as if we're galloping on a horse, or we're riding a bike and we're turning the spokes every so often, or the wheels rather, or the gears. So the idea is if you come down on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, what I would suggest is to physically tap your leg the first couple 100 times you do this. And now I know when I say 100 times that seems crazy, but I probably do 10,000 up and downs a day. So being able to be aware of the space in between them whilst doing other things is called ambidexterity. Being able to basically do 2 functions at once using both of your limbs and being able to, speak over the top of it like I'm doing. So when you 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm way overdoing it, and the idea should be to get your hand going as a fulcrum. And most of your power comes from your wrist movement, but we're going to focus on that a little bit later. The idea is you're basically going up and down, so you can inevitably put your fingers out there to make contact. So what we have to influence this for the first time is going to be our first chord, which is our C major. Now, if you do your Spidey exercise on the A string, which is this one, A, B flat, B, C, and keep your finger there, what you'll see is if you have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I kept my right hand going through every one of those beats, but I only played on the 1 beat. I let the rest of them decay. When I subdivide whole notes into half notes, I take that whole note and divide 4 beats. Let me see if I can do this with my fingers. 4 beats into 2 beats. So those half notes happen on the 1 and 3 then. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then if I divide that again and play just quarters, not only am I just not going on the 1 and letting all the other notes decay while keeping in rhythm, not only am I going on the 1 and 2 and 3 and letting all the notes decay, I'm cutting the decay time between each initial attack or strike down to a less portion, thusly giving me increments of different duration. Therefore, when I do all downstrokes, these are called quarter notes. So what happens when we start switching between the chords on these, it makes our left hand faster, but let's not worry about that now. Let's just worry about all these downstrokes. These are all quarters. After quarters, when we influence eighth notes, what we do is we take that downstroke with our fingernails, back of the fingers, and we influence an upstroke. Now, since we're already used to doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, the up-down pattern should already be enforced and influenced. If you're having a hard time with the up-down pattern, remember it's not quite the whole swing and gait. It's more about the small gallop. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Influencing, putting our fingers out for the 1, then the 1 and the 3, then the down, then the down up. Here's the eighth notes with the C major. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 were to speed that up and say 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, when I play those eighth notes, what I would do for 16th notes, our next step, is to just do down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up in the same duration it took you to do down, up. Meaning that down, up would have a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a down, up, 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 down, up. If you're having a hard time with those 16 notes at the end of it, just go a little slower. They should work themselves out. I'm going to do the G major with you, and I'll leave you with doing lesson 1, spider exercises, using only your first finger on the right hand and keeping your fingers as close to the fretboard while playing pointy notes, not flat notes. Don't worry about speed. Go at your own pace and make sure every note has the same duration and it's loud and clear. All right? And then your second exercise, I'm just going to do the G major with you. You ready? So first finger, second fret. Our first finger is going to go on the thickest string at the second fret, the C string, making a C, C sharp, D note. Our second finger is going to go all the way on the A string on the outside here. Second fret, still A, B flat, B, to give us bookends. This string right here, the E string, should be open, which is you're going to wrap your third finger all the way around. So you've got your D here on the C string, second finger on the A string to make the B note, and then you wrap your finger right around for that. This top high G is going to be open because it's the unison note. Should be the unison note. The unison note to that chord. So here's our G major, and let's influence it with our rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Keep that right hand going. Now we're going to do the half notes on the 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're going to go to quarter notes. All the notes are down. Now when we're doing this, make sure that you're not getting any dead notes. Make sure you're pushing down real hard with these fingers to get each note to ring out. Our quarters are all down. Ready? 1, 2, downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to keep playing these downstrokes, but we're going to switch to eighth notes right here. We're going to be doing a down up. So do it with me. Down up, down up, down up, down up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Even if you want to start saying that with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next step is to go to 16th notes. We're going to have a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, which means every time you're doing that, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and you're going to do that with your right hand. Down, up, 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 down, up. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Whilst keeping that G major all the way down. These two common lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2, will be used with our A major chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Throughout this, we're just going to add new chords and add new processes. I know today was a lot of information, but don't fret. None of that information is really needed to have fun and play the ook. We're going to get you playing a song next week, and we're going to add 2 more chords. Aloha.